According to the mob on the internet, the Canadiens' goaltending situation is simultaneously a crisis, a conspiracy, a betrayal, and everyone's fault. And look, I get it. Pucks are going in the net. Who's supposed to stop them? Well, ideally, actually, it doesn't get to the goaltender to go in. But that's their job description, right? Stop pucks from going in the net. But before we go full chaos mode, maybe, just maybe, there's a little more going on here than just goalie bad. Let's talk about it. Whew, hell of a week. What day are we anyway? Monday. Oh man, this got a long one written all over it. Seriously though, guys, it's been a rough one. Thank you so much for your support recently. You know, this channel isn't just an outlet for my creativity. I think it's actually good for my mentals. So I thought I'd do a video that maybe helps you guys out with that as well. Let's talk about the goaltender situation, maybe more closely look at Montembeault. But first, if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as part of this community. We're almost at 22,000 subscribers. That's a huge number. Can you help me out? Everyone else who is subscribed, don't worry about it. You can still help me out. Hit that like button. It probably does something, I think. So let's get to the topic at hand. And we might as well start with the Bruins game because that's kind of where the conversation went off the rails. And to say it plainly, yeah, Samuel Montembeault probably needs to stop at least one of those third period goals. Fraser Minton's backhand from the slot, that's stoppable. Morgan Geekie's one-timer from way above the circle had a slight tip, but still, that's stoppable. But I think that's where the narrative is selectively told, and selectively told by a bunch of mob goers carrying pitchforks and torches online. And I agree with some of it, and I agree with it more in the heat of the moment, but the only reason Montreal was leading 3-2 after 2 periods was because of Samuel Montembeault. In the second half of the second period alone, he slides across for a pad save on a blown coverage at the back post, gloves a Pastrnak shot from the slot, and poke checks McAvoy point blank right off the faceoff, a save that didn't even show up in the official shot totals. That's 3 high danger chances in like a few minutes. If any of those shots go in, we're not even having this conversation. It's a different conversation, maybe a worse conversation. But that's how this market is. That's how Montreal fans are wired. We are reactive. We're critical and we're reactive. We love our hockey. For most of that game, Montreal played a good game, but the second period might have looked okay, but they didn't dominate the second period. They survived it. Worse yet, the reason they survived it was because Caulfield, one guy, was getting goals. So when I titled my video, Team Game, that's what I was getting at. There has to be more contributors to this game in order for it to work out for the team. And to draw further on the context of the game, Minton's tying goal, that started out with Montreal getting surprised by stretch play. That wasn't on Montembeault. He wasn't the one that was defending the blue line. So while Montembeault did make some beautiful saves, yeah, he gave some back in the third, but he was also the reason they had something to give back in the first place.
Goalies are taking a little bit of the heat now because they are allowing the goals. What's your view on, the responsibility of a goaltender on a situation?
I recall 2-3 really good saves that Monty made on the penalty kill as well. It's different if you win or lose a game, obviously, right? I mean, it's everyone. Everyone would like 1 play back, 2 plays back throughout the course of a game. And that's part of learning. Obviously, we're getting towards the end of the season here, and you want to be as sharp as possible. But there's definitely, no finger pointing. It's not one person, one thing. It's everyone as a collective. And if we can just up our game a tad, I think we'll hopefully get on another little run here.
Brendan Gallagher. That's it right there. Say what you will about Gallagher. I find sometimes he likes the smell of his own farts a little bit too much, but every once in a while he has a really good quote like that. Every guy wants 1 or 2 plays back every game. Sometimes those plays turn into goals against, usually with a goaltender. Yeah, mistakes, they're the highlight of the night, right? The goaltender is also one guy. So when they make a mistake, it's pretty visible. I'm going to stop defending Montembeault, or at least making a case for him here, because he does deserve his share of the blame, obviously. There's no question about it. And recently, he's been in net for the Boston loss, the Buffalo loss, the team's first back-to-back regulation losses in over a month. And that matters. Those are like 4-point games that I keep calling them. Ultimately, they lost by 1 goal. Do you think Jeremy Swayman thinks he played a good game? Probably not. And you might think he played like a little bit of a better game than Montembeault did, but did he? You can't really say that. That's like saying, hey, the power play scored 2 out of 3 times. If they would have just scored one more time, then the game would have been tied at the end. Yeah, that doesn't work with me. So I'm going to reset the mood here. It's important to zoom out sometimes and take a look at the big picture. They're on another bad stretch, right? A Cole Caulfield, it's headed for like 46 goals this season. Ivan Demidov, doing ridiculous things. Demidov has over 40 points as a rookie. His points per 60 5-on-5 is not only just first for the Canadiens, it's top 10 in the entire league. That's not about deployment. It's not about luck. It's not about processing speed. He's a real star, and he's a kid. Martin St. Louis calls a player's IQ their computer. Demidov doesn't just have a computer. He has like a Russian supercomputer. He sees what's in front of him. He opens up the entire offensive end. He can also see what's behind him. And what about Slavkovsky? The game has slowed down incredibly for him. The way that he's edging guys out in the offensive zone against the boards, winning his battles, he's making them like grown men look like sissies. And since November, he's basically a point per game player. He's using his reach, he's using his body, everything is coming together. So you put Demidov and Slavkovsky on the same line. You have size, you have deception, you have the ability to create time and space. It's killing it. So yeah, I did have to distract the goaltender conversation by talking about some of the things that are going right, and you can almost always do that. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not going good with the goaltending, but we have to like weather that storm. There are alternatives, and I think that there might be a point where those alternatives come to play. For example, they could call Fowler back up. They could even see if Kakkonen still has an NHL computer. But things aren't truly falling apart. They're in a way better situation than they were last season. And it would be one thing if they didn't know what their issues were. It's obvious. So they're going to work at those things. They're going to improve, and they're going to find those wins. Relax ton brain. So that's it for me, guys. Just a kind of a fun video, a little bit more of a scripted video that I thought would change the pace of things with my recap videos. Hope you liked it. As far as the things that are bothering me, just don't worry about it. I'll make it through. Personal things, I don't feel like oversharing. Really, it's stuff that I have to work through myself. But I appreciate the concern, and I mean that honestly. That's going to do it for me, guys. Like the video, helps me out with search results, I think, probably. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
C'est assez exceptionnel. On essaie d'aider nos attaquants, mais il faut leur donner un crédit aussi. Je pense qu'ils vont plus au filet récemment.